Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
I am so excited for this spa day. Candles lit, music on, hot tub warm and ready. And then my chronic hives come back. Again, in the middle of my spa day. What a wet blanket. Looks like another spell of itchy red skin. If you have chronic spontaneous urticaria or CSU, there is a different treatment option. Hives during my next spa day? Not if I can help it. Learn more at treatmyhives.com.
And joining us now here on Another Side of Midnight with TJ McCormick on the Red Apple Audio Networks is, now I can say a longtime friend of the show. Been on since, the very first, hours that I was ever on the air here. Asaf Romirowsky. Asaf is the executive director, of Scholars for Peace in the Middle East and, joins us once again. Thank you, Asaf, for, coming on this morning.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
Hey, so listen, man, a couple things. Here in New York City, we just keep watching this saga unfold. Every once in a while, we think, Mamdani, he's containable, he's controllable. His policies aren't going to see the light of day. And then other times we say, oh my God, this guy is an offensive anti-Semite, exactly what we always thought. Most recently, he doubled down in the last 24 hours or so, doubled down on the fact that he said he is going to arrest Bibi Netanyahu if he sets foot in New York on war crime charges. Bibi said, hold my Manischewitz. And basically he said, hold my beer. I've been challenged by tougher and meaner. And he said, I dare you. Asaf Romirowsky, what do you make of this situation?
Well, I think it's typical, of Netanyahu.
Yeah.
He's not going to back down.
No.
And Mamdani he's a poster child of the woke narrative.
Mm.
And what you see here, and what you saw the people who voted for Mamdani, were all getting behind the slogans that Mamdani endorsed, globalized intifada. He was part of SJP when he was a college student, and he continues to do so. And if we looked at the acceptance speech after the elections, you saw the true ideologue that he is.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's anything beyond Netanyahu to come to New York and make a point. Mm. And the fact that, from his perspective, Mamdani's a kid.
Right. Yeah. He's a kid and he's talking and he doesn't know the power of his words. Meanwhile, Bibi has seen the most awful things that the world has to show, and he's seen it right up close. He's a walking, living, breathing hero. And he's seen, young punks like Mamdani come and go.
Right. I don't think that this is going to scare Bibi Netanyahu. I mean, we've heard all these kind of rumors also about the International Court of Justice trying to call Netanyahu into order and prosecute him. These are not the things that scare Netanyahu.
Right.
And if anything, he wants to make a point that he's not going to back down.
Driving in, we're talking to Asaf Romirowsky, executive director of Scholars for Peace in the Middle East, our resident Middle East expert here at Another Side on Another Side of Midnight. And Asaf, I was driving into the city last night, and I was thinking, and I thought about the image of Netanyahu actually letting himself be arrested. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder because the initial thing is, no way, over my dead body. You see his guards, squaring off with New York City cops. You'd hear stories about New York City cops saying, we're not doing this. And then I thought, wait a minute, what about the other version of that where Netanyahu says, no, let him cuff me. Here you go, fellas. Put the cuff. And that never occurred to me until my drive down the FDR last night. What do you think about those scenarios? Actually arresting or a standoff in that situation. What do you think would be the fallout from that? And keeping in mind President Trump, what he would think about all that.
Well, let's put it into context.
Mm-hmm.
Netanyahu has now been invited once again to the White House.
Mm-hmm.
This would be the 5th visit, so he would be the most accepted foreign dignitary in less than a year,
right?
Who's been invited to the White House.
Boom.
In addition, Mayor Adams was just now in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
He just committed all this money to combating anti-Semitism while he's still in office,
right?
Before the inauguration in January.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea that New York would act like as an independent entity, and where he's so close to the president of the United States,
right?
He knows where his backings are.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that you have one of the largest Jewish populations in New York City.
Yeah.
If you saw what happened with the attack at the synagogue, imagine what would happen and how Netanyahu would take this entire scene,
God,
and milk it to his advantage.
Could you imagine? That?
In addition to the fact that you have the United Nations,
mm-hmm.
and not a friendly entity to the state of Israel or the Jews, a bastion of anti-Semitism,
mm-hmm.
you would see all this happening in New York City.
Yeah.
The PR would be insane.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that Mamdani is trying to make himself or endear himself
mm-hmm.
to Jews who are not Zionists and trying to separate this apart between Zionism and Judaism.
Right. Yeah. No,
it would be a debacle.
It would be a debacle. And I think, and I can only imagine, can you imagine Trump? He would lose his mind if Mamdani. I just think, I tell you what, I'm almost rooting for it, for something like this to happen. I really am, because it could very well be the undoing of Mamdani very early in his tenure. We're talking to Asaf Romirowsky. He is the executive director of Scholars for Peace in the Middle East. And, Asaf, the other thing I wanted to check in on a little bit is, they say a broken clock is correct twice a day. And in that spirit, we've got Hillary Clinton. It was an article just the other day where Hillary Clinton was blaming social media for radicalizing young Americans against Israel and talking about it being all pure propaganda. I guess if there's one thing that we can like about Hillary Clinton, it seems that based on that sort of thing, she still has Israel's back. She's kind of old school American leadership, no?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Clinton represents an older part of the Democratic Party that doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a generational part that grew up with the idea that Israel and U.S.-Israel relations are a cornerstone of a Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's not wrong about the impact of social media.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is how the Democratic Party and leftist progressive groups have abused social media.
Yeah.
And we live in an age of infotainment,
mm-hmm.
so facts don't matter.
Right.
However, I mean, you've seen it also on the far right and on the far left.
Mm-hmm.
The ideology and the anti-Semitism and the anti-Israelism is not new. What is new is the rapid fire that's coming in and repackaging under social media.
Mm.
And that is indeed a dangerous aspect, not to mention amplified now with AI.
Yeah.
Because the AI is also deriving its data from websites like Wikipedia and TikTok. So they're already buying into a fallacious narrative.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. It is. It's being glorified. It's being glamorized. It's being enhanced. Absolutely. And the other day, again, earlier in the week, I believe it was in New York City, or was it late last week? We saw angry, violent language, disgusting protests outside yet another synagogue here in the city. It just doesn't seem. It seems so surreal. It just doesn't seem real in 2025 that we're seeing this, and that it's being enabled by elected officials, in the United States of America. And by enabling, I mean, even just by not commenting and turning a blind. I'm trying to think of the last time I heard Chuck Schumer come out, angrily shaking his fist like he does at Donald Trump at these, anti-Semites roaming the streets of New York City.
No, they've enabled all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we know without a shadow of a doubt that words have consequences.
Yes.
Globalizing intifada.
Yep.
Resistance by all means necessary.
Right.
We saw the murders of the young staffers at the Israeli embassy in Washington.
Yep.
You saw the attacks in Colorado. We see the attacks at the Tree of Life that happened back in 2016. You see all of these things happen.
Yeah.
Words have consequences.
Yeah.
And people are acting upon it. And we saw it also during the encampments on every college campus in the United States.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's something that, again, you hope that this inauguration of Mamdani doesn't light a match, that doesn't, take a bad situation and make it worse. He doesn't seem capable, nor do any of his peers, the AOCs or anybody else. None of them seem, or Ilhan Omar, none of them seem capable or willing, to step forward and say, let's take the air out of the balloon, whatever. So we're going to have to definitely keep an eye on it. And as we do, we're going to keep you very close. Asaf Romirowsky, thanks for joining Another Side of Midnight yet again, here on the Red Apple Audio Network. So I'm grateful for your time as always.
Thank you as always.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Business owners, meet Progressive Insurance. They make it easy to get discounts on commercial auto insurance and find coverages to grow with your business. Quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
He's fantastic. Constantly has his finger on the pulse. And, thank you once again there, Asaf. Very, very cool. And, again, Mamdani, good luck. Good luck. You want to take on, everything, all of the baggage that would come with arresting, to many people, a hero? Anyway, you know what? And, I think who is, let me see. It was John in, Reno wanted to talk about Netanyahu coming here. Hey, John, how are you? Been a while.
I'm good, TJ. Good to talk to you again.
And you, buddy. Good morning. Good morning.
I'll tell you, I lived in Frisco for 20 years. I was at City Hall several days a week. I know the far left real well. I know them real well.
Yeah.
Mamdani will arrest Netanyahu, and where we'll go after that, I do not know. I do not know how bail works for the International Criminal Court.
Yeah, I wonder.
That is beyond my level of expertise.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you is that these people are really upset. And one of the things that Americans have trouble understanding, due to the media not really covering it here in America, like they do in Europe, Asia, and Africa, is the whole problem centers around what's going on in the West Bank. Gaza in October 7th happened, but the far larger problem that stands in the way is the West Bank.
Right.
The people of San Francisco want the 800,000 refugees that Israel has settled in the West Bank to leave the West Bank.
Right.
That is what they are ultimately demanding. And that's not really covered here in American media.
Yeah.
That is going to be a huge stumbling block that will have to be negotiated at some point.
Yeah. And I guess it's not sexy. It's not as riveting as the rest of the saga. And it is that stumbling point when it really comes down to negotiating and this Trump peace plan and everybody getting on board. That's going to be a massive thing that could ultimately undo all of it. But yeah, no, you're right. This is, where Mamdani might bump into municipal and statewide and legislative issues in terms of his dream policies. His ideology will probably drive him to making that stand and arresting Netanyahu, which again, I want a front row seat for that show.
It will be something to behold.
Yeah, and I think too. I mean, Trump, probably both sides of the aisle in Congress and the Senate. And I mean, you know what? This is when we're going to see just how much of a punk Mamdani really is. We're going to see just how much and we'll also see too, just how much Trump will let him play out. Cause Trump is, this is right up his alley. This is where he's more savvy than people give Trump credit for. Yeah,
it will. I wonder how long it will be before Netanyahu shows up in New York.
Yep. I don't know, baby. I don't know. John, always good to hear from you, buddy. Thank you so much. Let's go to Bruce in Jersey. Bruce has a Mamdani comment. Good morning, Bruce. Bruce, are you there, buddy?
Hello.
Hi there.
My name is not Bruce, it's Musa.
Oh, Musa. I'm sorry. Okay. I you know what? The connection is a little funky, so I can imagine
It's all good. It's all good.
Good morning. Good morning, Musa.
Good morning. I've been trying to get this out.
Go ahead.
So, Mamdani and the lady that's from Michigan.
Yes.
Right? You wanted him to lose the election. The first thing you had to ask him was what methodology of Islam that he follows. Because there are there's 73 sets in Islam, just like there's other sets in other religions.
Gotcha.
But there's 73 sets in Islam.
Okay.
And, either he's a Sunni or he's a Shiite. If he was a Shiite, which most likely he's something other than Sunni, right. That's why he ran in politics. When the Sunni means the Sunnah. Sunnah means that you're following the religion the way the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ taught it.
Right.
We have no business in politics. At all. Right. We have no opinion. We have no say-so. We cannot run for office because we do not live in an Islamic country. We are living in America, which is Christian-ran country. We have no opinion. We shouldn't be running for mayor. We shouldn't be running for Senate. We should not be running for anything. Any of that.
Right.
And if you were to question on his religion and what set he was running under, then it would have killed his whole campaign because everything after that would have been a lie.
Wow. And so a lot of the
instead of calling him a economist,
right,
a punk or whatever's out there, whatever negative talk about him is out there,
right,
should have been killed with a little education about Islam.
Yeah.
If the people would have had a little bit of education, which we don't hate the Jews.
Right.
We do not hate the Christians. We do not hate whatever people do in their lives, they do in their lives. We don't hate gay people.
Right.
Just because we don't accept it in our religion, that don't mean we hate you.
Right.
Just because your wife is cheating on you,
right,
that don't mean we want to stone her to death.
But now
we're not the only religion. We're not the only religion.
Yeah.
When infidelity came, when the partner cheats on a partner, we're not the only one that did the stoning. We're not the only religion. There's other religions that have done that.
Sure.
But we have practiced that?
Yeah.
We haven't been practicing that.
So let me ask you this, Musa, and thank you for calling in, by the way, and thanks for hanging on. My question is though, you know, when we see these news reports and we see these, you know, sort of, these videos that come in and we understand about stonings and beatings and, you know, and you hear the rhetoric about throwing gay people off the roofs of it. What sect is that?
No.
But now you're saying we, and
we
yet.
don't. No, because I'm Muslim.
No, I understand. No, I understand. But you had.
And I was born in America.
Right.
I was born in America. I was born in Jersey.
Right.
Right. And I'm Muslim.
Right. Gotcha.
So just because I come out of a basement, if I'm working, I come out of the basement and I see two guys kissing. I frown upon it.
You don't grab them.
I don't make faces. I don't make faces.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I don't make faces. I don't look at them, spit at them.
Yeah.
You know, you this, you're that.
Yeah,
we don't do that.
But isn't it now? So let me ask you this: when you were watching the these protests and stuff here in New York, say at Columbia University and other colleges. No. Wait. Let me ask. So you saw that. What do you think when you see some white suburban, like nondescript, non-religious kid wearing a keffiyeh shouting things at Jewish students? What do you think when you see that? Do you want to kick that kid's ass too?
It's ignorance.
It's ignorance, isn't it?
It's ignorance. You can't put your intelligence with people's ignorance.
Right.
If somebody, we don't debate. We don't do any of that. If somebody, like when my friends ask me all the time, hey, you know, how come, you know, X, Y, and Z, whatever question they ask me, the first thing out of my mouth is this.
Yeah.
If you really want to know. Yeah. Ask me anything you want to know. If I have the answer, I'm going to ask it. But if you're trying to poke holes in my religion, leave it alone because it's going to create an argument.
See, there you go.
So, and if I don't know the answer, I'll keep that question in the back of my mind and I will find out the answer.
So let me ask you this question because I have to go to a break, but let me ask you this question real quick. And I'm really grateful that you called and I hope you call back again. Is it possible that Zohran Mamdani is anti-Semitic? Is it possible that he actually does think that there's a Jewish cabal and that he's got a problem with Jews, not just Israeli policy?
I don't know because I never sat down with the man and spoken with him. That's how you're supposed to treat it. Like I can't say, oh, Trump is racist.
Yeah.
How do I know? I never had a cup of tea with Trump.
Right.
I never had a conversation with Trump.
Musa, you're awesome. Yeah, I do, and I'm grateful.
I can't judge. It's not up to me to judge.
I hear you.
You know, like if I break the law and I go in front of my peers of 12, that's their job. It's not my job to judge the guy that's going on trial.
Gotcha.
I'm not there. I didn't talk to him.
Listen,
I didn't sit down and say,
I said, I'm grateful that you called. Salam alaikum, and thank you very much.
Wa alaikum.
All right, buddy. There goes Musa from Jersey. 1-800-848-9222. It's another side of midnight with me, TJ, on the Red Apple Audio Network.
Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.